Hey everybody, this is Rebel Builder and I'm back with another MOC, and this one falls again in that ugly Starfighter category. This one is known as the TIE Wing, and it's kind of a goofy name, but really what this one is a mashup of some different Imperial Starfighters and the Y-Wing, and also little bits and pieces of some other stuff. But mainly, the gist is we have a TIE Fighter body here, the cockpit in the front, and on the side we have the main engines from the Y-Wing, and that's kind of the basic configuration, and this one's kind of a souped up version. If you look around on the internet you'll see images of this one too, but I have the body back here, kind of the middle main part of the Y-Wing, and then on top I have an X-Wing engine here, and then a couple of TIE Interceptor wings kind of stuck on there for some added performance. Now this build was a lot of fun for me, mainly because the main structural elements, the large chunks of this thing, were quick because I was actually using other builds. So the cockpit to the TIE Fighter section here, that's my design that I use on my TIE Fighter, my TIE Interceptor, so I was just recreating that. And then for the Y-Wing engines, I literally just pulled those off of the latest Y-Wing set. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I did add a couple of splashes of color here and then put a light gray dome on the front there. But you can see this section here, this is still a white piece with those stickers. I considered swapping those out for light bluish gray ones, but I didn't actually have 4 of those. So this is what I went with. And then of course the TIE Interceptor wing here, that's my design for my TIE Interceptor. So it's just recreating that. And then I actually pulled this engine off of my previous ugly ship, really just, that's kind of one piece here for the X-Wing engine. I've got this little T section here with some tiles. And actually shortened up the engine back here just so it wasn't so long and sticking out the back. So I was able to take all of those pieces and kind of get them proportionally put together, structurally put together, and then I could just have fun doing the details and all of the Greebles. And this thing is really kind of mean and chunky when you look at it down below, but you can also see some of the more details I have under here. I've got some cannons here down below, and another shot of the engines. I really like this splash of color I did throughout. That's bright light orange, that's not just a regular yellow or an orange. And I think that color really complements the black and the gray. I'm happy how that turned out. And here's a shot of the back. You can see some of the details I have going on here. Now for the main section through here, I didn't pull that just straight from a Y-Wing design. I did kind of peek at some instructions so I could get proportions correct and the connections for the engines with some Technic pieces. I did that, but I was trying to come up with my own details. You see I've got these bars back here with those clips, and I really like using these hoses. Those really lend a lot of detail to these ugly Starfighters, and those run underneath and connect to those cannons we just looked at. But for me, once I get kind of the main pieces put together, kind of the structural elements holding the whole thing together, this is when the fun begins. So I really just kind of had a lot of fun doing all of these details in here, techniques known as Greebles. And I borrowed some of the techniques I was using on my previous ugly Starfighter, the Z-Scepter, and really kind of the main piece of that was these dark bluish gray battle droid arms. I used a lot of those on that build, so I kind of kept it going here. I've got a pair here and a pair here, and just once you start doing Greebles, you're just using every little piece, every little grill, anything you can do that isn't really designed to be used in the way that you're using it, to come up with some, new ways to add detail. I like how I have this little T-cross bar held on by these 2 battle droid arms, and then I got this piece here. And it's not really just, connected, it's just sitting there, but how it leans up against the side of the engine, I think that looks pretty cool. Here's kind of a different angle of some of these details on the inside. You can see that binocular piece there, and just some, these Flickr missiles, those used to be really popular. I really end up using a lot of those. And then a battle droid body here, you know, I kind of borrowed that little technique from the latest Y-Wing set. You know, just throw it in there and it looks like an engine and chunky parts somebody strapped on. Really adds to the overall look of this ugly Starfighter. I pulled off this cross piece here so we can take a look at the cockpit. I'm not exactly known for highly detailed cockpits. You can see I've got some tiles on the side there, you know, kind of those Imperial computer tiles. And these Star Wars ugly Starfighters, you know, they kind of talk about that they're, you know, run by pirates and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, not like official Rebel or Imperial ships. So what I did here, I had a little fun with the pilot. I took one of my Rebel troopers and threw a TIE fighter pilot helmet on top of him. And I thought that kind of fit the whole scheme pretty well. And here's a shot of the underside so you can see how those cannons fit on and those hoses or those tubes running to the back of the engines. And really this whole section is open. I didn't fill that section in. You know, that would be kind of your bomb bay section of the Y-Wing bomber. You know, I never see it, so I didn't fill it in or add any detail to it. And just kind of have a little couple of inverted slopes there, you know, that helps for some landing skids. I'm especially proud of this one just because I think it turned out looking so much like the concept art image I found online. If you watch Star Wars Explained video about ugly Starfighters, you do see this version here. You know, kind of when you think about the TIE wing, really it's just the cockpit and then the engines like connected to here. But this one's a beefier version, and so it does exist out there. And just really kind of proportionally turned out the way I thought it should. And the colors look cool. I think, you know, mostly light bluish gray, you know, the black of the solar panels, of course. But just those splashes of bright light orange, really this turned out to be one of my favorite color combinations. And as always, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this, so leave me a comment down below. Let's have a discussion about this. Thumbs up this video, that always helps things, so I appreciate that. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I've got some cool ideas for some MOCs coming, and you don't want to miss out on those. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon.